How's everybody doing tonight? Just wanted to touch base with you. I got some good information to share. Just giving you a quick view of the Las Vegas Boulevard. It's just a beautiful place out here. You gotta love it. But stay tuned. I got some important information for you to let you know what happens in the body when we fast. Thanks for checking in on Jig Health TV. This is your boy Jig. And I wanted to touch base with everyone and kind of go over some of the health benefits and to let you know what happens in the human body when we fast. A lot of people that I've met and I spoke to them and told them what I'm doing for the month in order to cut body fat. The big question is it healthy? Can we fast for that long? Can we do 24-hour fast or 72-hour fast or 30-day fast? And the answer is yes. Like I explained in the previous video, if you haven't seen it, check out my previous videos and you'll see the information I've let you guys know about already. But the world record in fasting is 382 days. Guy fasted for a long time. He was overweight. He lost 276 pounds in 382 days. And that's amazing. He did take his potassium. He did take his magnesium. He was monitored by his doctors and physicians. But he had tremendous success and lost a tremendous amount of body weight. Now, just as a disclaimer, once again, I'm not a doctor. I do recommend that you consult your physician and do some independent research because a lot of these doctors do go by the old information and are not up to date with what's current going on right now. But when we fast, everybody fasts, right? And one of the questions is, if you fast for long periods of time, won't the body eat the muscle? Won't you go into starvation mode? Will your energy be compromised? All these questions occur. And I tell you, this is day 6 for me. And I feel great. Like I have zero cravings. My food, my hunger cravings are all under control. And as I explained, my ghrelin, which controls our hunger emitted from the stomach, is pretty much flatlined. And because it's flatlined, I have no hunger. My body is literally eating itself. And it's not eating the muscle, it's eating the stored fat that we've accumulated. Because what's the purpose of fat? To store it. In the times of starvation, your body will tap into that fat and burn it for energy. So the moment we stop eating our last meal, the first hour after we finish eating our last meal, your fasting has started. And the longer you go without eating, the more health benefits you will experience. So at the 13th hour of not eating, 0 calories coming in, there's a chemical reaction that occurs within the body. And your body starts to produce growth hormones, human growth hormones. And at the age of 30, our ability to produce human growth hormones on our own, it starts to diminish. And human growth hormones are responsible for slowing down the aging process. How many of you want to live in long as possible, right? So slowing down the aging process should be pretty important to us. Would you agree? And during that time of slowing down the aging process, that growth hormone is responsible for that. And at the 15th hour of our fast, autophagy begins. And I explained autophagy to you in the past, but autophagy is when the body starts to cleanse our cells in our body. All of our body, as you know, is made up of cells. Our muscles, our skin, our organs, everything is cellular. And when autophagy occurs, autophagy is what cleans the cells. It looks at damaged mitochondria. It looks at proteins that need repair. It looks at the cell membranes and the walls, which allow nutrients to enter them. So that cleansing is important. And if we have damaged cells, the repair kicks in. The autophagy repairs those cells. And if the cells are bad cells, like they're bad for us, they have toxins in them, we go into a state called apoptosis, and that's when the body is going to get rid of those bad cells. And that's where, if you have cancer, you have toxins, you have different things going on, the body is going to destroy those cells. They're actually going to kill those cells.
Off with his head.
And because they're killing those cells, they're going to recreate healthy new cells. And this happens at the 15th hour after we finished our last meal. And then between the 17th and 18th hour, we go into a deeper stage of autophagy. There's more healing taking place in the body. There's more cell cleansing. So that period between the 13th hour and the 18th hour are really critical. So like I said, if you eat dinner at 6 p.m. and you have breakfast at 6 a.m., you're already at the 12-hour mark, but you want to go just a few hours more so your body can get into this stage of cleansing and healing. So between 13 hours and 18 hours, there's a lot going on chemically within ourselves. A lot of healing and things are occurring. When we get to the 24th hour, all of our sugar storage, the glycogen, because when we eat, our sugar levels and stuff increase. But being that we're at the 24th hour after we finish that meal, the sugar that was in the body from that meal and the stored sugar energy that we have it goes down to zero. We've completely gotten rid of all of the excess glucose in the body. So people that suffer from type 2 diabetes really have a massive benefit by lowering their blood sugar, because type 2 diabetes is all about elevated levels of sugar. And the medications and stuff raises your insulin to help the body get the sugar out of the blood. But that sugar is still in your body. So the insulin takes the sugar and it forces it into the organs. It forces it into the cells. So that's why when we go for our HA1C, they're looking at how much sugar is saturating the cell. And as that number increases, our type 2 diabetes gets worse. So you definitely want to implement some of this longer hour fasting if you're concerned with getting your sugar diabetes under control, your type 2 that is. And 95% of diabetes is type 2 related. Type 1 is on a whole nother level, but type 2 is completely reversible. Trust me, I can reverse mine. I'm no longer diabetic. And I've been diabetic for over 20 years, taking insulin and medication, and that insulin is responsible for all the weight gain that I've received over the years. My doctor keep telling me, you got to lose the weight, you got to change your diet, you got to lose your weight, and I did all those things, but I'm steadily gaining weight. It wasn't until I stopped taking my insulin and focused more on the sugars and reducing the sugars is when I really started having some tremendous results. And that's another reason why I'm documenting my water fast, because I want you to see what happens to the body. And I'm using myself as the guinea pig, so to say. I know I'm completely safe, but a lot of you still don't know about the benefits and are concerned if it's safe or not. And as you see me and you see my energy levels are very high and I'm motivated and I'm happy and I'm in a great mood, great spirit, this is the living proof to show you that it works. And I love food just like anybody else. You don't get big hating food, right? I love it. So at that 24th hour is when that occurs. You get the glycogen out of your system. And then in addition to that, that's when your gut can repair itself. because our immune system comes from the stomach and the intestines. People know that, I'm sure. If you don't, there's the plug one for you. But repairing our gut biome is super important, because the better our stomach enzymes and things are, the better they function, the better we can just digest food and properly metabolize what we eat when we eat. So that's something that you don't want to miss out on. So doing a 24-hour fast from time to time is great. If you do 23 hours, you're 1 hour short. So you want to hit that 24-hour marker. Sometimes they call this type of fasting the OMAD, 1 meal a day. And that's the best way for us to eat, especially those of us that are overweight. The OMAD is probably the #1 way to help rid ourselves of different complications that we're experiencing. If you can push that time frame past 24 hours after your gut's cleaned, if you have any parasites in your stomach and in your body, you know, that's when everything is cleansed out. The body gets rid of those parasites and things of that nature. But if you can push it to like the 36-hour window, just a little bit longer than 24, then you get additional healing. You have more human growth hormones being produced, which again slows down the aging process. You have more autophagy happening, so that's a good thing. And you're forcing your body into this deeper state where you're also starting to switch over to ketosis. And this is where the body is, instead of being that there's no more sugar to burn for energy, the body's going to burn fat for energy. And that process of burning fat leads to ketosis, which is a really good thing, because our main goal is to get rid of the fat in the body. So that's what we're doing at that time. As you go a little bit further, Volta Longo, he's a doctor as well. He has a lot of information. You can check him out on YouTube and stuff. But the autoimmune situation improves. Your autoimmune is your white blood cells. So the fresher and the healthier your white blood cells are, the easier it is to fight off bacteria, the easier it is to fight off colds and viruses. Having a fresh, healthy autoimmune system is what we want, especially right now with the COVID going on and the different things happening with the pandemic. And if you can go even further than 36 hours, let's say to 48 hours, that's 2 days that you've eaten since your last meal. Your body, dopamine levels, trying to recall here, your body dopamine levels elevate. And you have dopamine cell repair too. So you feel happier, you're in a better mood. Dopamine is responsible for the joy we feel in life. So when you get excited and things just make you feel good, that's the dopamine that's responsible for that. So at the 48-hour window, that's when that occurs. In addition to that, you have a lot of stem cell production. And stem cells also come from the abdomen. And stem cells' design is to go and fix damaged tissue within the body. So the more stem cells we produce, and if we have damaged areas in the body, especially in our joints and things of that nature, then those stem cells are just going to automatically go do its job. A lot of people go to doctors and try and get stem cell treatment, but you would have to spend that money for the treatment because your body will produce it on its own once you go further into your fast. Your energy levels will increase. Anti-aging in your body will increase. So a lot's going on in the body when we're at that 48-hour mark. There's a lot of chemical reactions happening. And if you push it just a little bit further than 48, 72 hours. 72 hours, your autophagy has maxed out. Your complete white blood cells, your immune system, is 100% rebooted. So not a portion of it when we're at the 48-hour mark or the 36-hour mark, but at 72 hours, all of your white blood cells in your body have been replaced, replenished, and are healthy. Think about it like if you want to build a new kitchen. You can't put a new cabinet system on top of the old cabinet system. You have to first tear down and destroy the old cabinet and kitchen, and then you install the new cabinet. And that's what autophagy is doing at a cellular level within us. And all the cells in our body, from the head all the way down to the feet, it's repairing all those cells and producing healthy cells. I tell you, when I'm shaving in the morning, I'm looking at my skin cells have been rejuvenated. I mean, my face, again, I'm 50 years of age. And my skin, I don't look like a 50-year-old, as people keep telling me. They're amazed when I tell them that I'm 50. But that's what happens, and I wanted to share that with you to let you know what's going on in the body, the different things that happen when we fast at different time levels, time periods. And people that, God forbid, if you have cancer cells that are slightly aggravated, this is the period where those cancer cells get attacked. And certain cancers, not all cancers unfortunately, but certain cancers are pretty much eradicated if you practice this type of fasting. So you can do a 24-hour fast and get a full benefit. You can do a 36-hour fast. You can push it to a 48-hour fast, and the 72-hour fast is superb. And as going forward in your daily meal plans throughout the year, the 1 meal a day plan, the OMAD, is probably the best way to cut the body fat, give your body some time to heal, and go about your life with energy and excitement and knowing that you're in a better place. You don't want to be reactive, you want to be proactive before there's a complication and then your body is under stress because of the complication. Like an analogy, if you're supposed to change the oil in your car and your motor every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, but let's say you're changing that oil every 10,000 or 20,000 miles. At some point, you're going to have a problem with that engine. And if you get that problem with the engine and then you say, oh, it's because of the oil, well, let me change it right now, it's too late, unfortunately. So you don't want to get to the point where it's too late. So I'm making these videos and I'm documenting my journey, and I'm trying to help educate and inspire people that are overweight, that are trying to figure out a way to lose the weight without going crazy and running around in the gym and doing all these extra things that they really don't have the energy or the desire to do. This is something you can do at any time of the week, any time of the month, and if you pay attention, you're good to go. But lastly, with the OMAD, if you are going to do the 1 meal a day, it's recommended that whatever that meal is, to try and keep your carbohydrates under 50 grams for the day. A keto type diet, pretty much. You figure you may want to do 50 grams, 60 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbohydrates, and about 60% to be healthy fats. You know, avocados and certain oils and butters, things of that nature. Your body needs oil, your body needs butter, your body needs fat. So don't believe the hype that fat is bad for you. I'm here to tell you that it's not. And if you don't trust what I'm saying, just go to the New England Journal of Medicine, research it yourself, go to the Mayo Clinic, go to Johns Hopkins. All this information is on the internet. And with these cell phones, we all got computers now. But anyway, I hope that information helps a lot and answers a lot of questions. And let's keep on our journey. And next, you're going to see me do my push-ups, because you got to do your 100 push-ups a day. Highly recommend it. And for the ladies, if you can't do push-ups, do squats. And at the end of the video, go to the end of the video and I'm gonna put up some molecular breakdowns so you can see what's happening molecularly. Because again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I've read a lot and I've listened to a lot, and I just want to share the research that I've discovered and that's helped change my life. Thank you for watching Jig Health TV, and here's my push-ups. These are 40. Set number 2, guys. Let's get it. Last set, last 20, I did 40, and then another set of 40. So again, I'm getting some improvement in my conditioning, which is a positive thing. So if you guys are doing it with me, just remember, every day a little bit, you keep doing your goal, your body's gonna appreciate it. So let's get this last set of 20, so then we can hit the road. Nice and deep on that one.